Hey everyone, quick question. Have you ever spent 3 hours studying English, learning 50 new words, practicing pronunciation, feeling absolutely confident, and then the next morning it's all gone?
Yeah, that's the worst feeling.
Like, you learned it, you felt it sink in, but your brain just erased it?
What if I told you that's not actually a memory problem, it's a sleep problem?
Today, we're talking about something that might actually change how you approach English learning. And honestly, it changed how I approach it.
Welcome back to Engliflow. I'm James.
And I'm Emma. And if you're here, you probably know that learning English is hard, right? Not just grammatically hard, but the frustration hard.
The forgetting hard.
Exactly. You study, you forget. You study harder, you still forget. And then you start doubting yourself, and speaking becomes scary because you're worried about hesitating or making mistakes.
And what most people don't realize is that a huge part of this isn't about how much you study. It's about when and how your brain processes what you've learned. It's about sleep.
Which honestly sounds almost too simple, but it's real. And today we're breaking down the science in a way that actually makes sense, and more importantly, what to do about it.
If you struggle with speaking confidence, memory, or feeling like you're not progressing, this episode is for you. So let's start with the problem, because I think a lot of listeners will recognize this. What does it feel like for you when you're trying to speak English and you just blank?
Oh, it's panic. You're in a conversation and suddenly you know the word. You studied it, but it's like it's locked behind a door. You can almost see it, but you can't reach it.
And you hesitate. You pause. And in that pause, the voice in your head gets louder.
Why can't I remember this? Everyone else can do this. I'm so bad at English.
Exactly. And then you get anxious, and it gets even harder to find the words.
But here's what most people don't realize. That's not a language problem. That's partly a neurological problem, and it's connected to sleep.
What do you mean?
Well, think about what happens in your brain when you learn something new. Let's say you learn the word persevere. In that moment, your brain creates a neural pathway. But, and this is important, it's fragile.
It's not saved yet.
Right. It's like you've written something in pencil. One small gust of wind and it disappears. That's what happens if you don't sleep.
But if you sleep,
Your brain literally goes to work. During sleep, especially during something called REM sleep and deep sleep, your brain replays everything you learned. It strengthens those neural pathways. It moves information from short-term memory to long-term memory. It's like going over what you wrote in pencil and writing it in permanent ink.
so without sleep, you're just erasing your own progress.
Every single night. It's heartbreaking when you think about it. You work so hard and then you don't give your brain the one thing it needs to actually keep what you learned.
And this happens to a lot of English learners because they study right before bed, or they don't sleep enough because they're stressed about speaking, and then...
They can't speak, so they get more stressed, so they sleep less. It's a cycle.
Okay, but there's more to it than just memory, right? Sleep affects confidence too.
Yes, let's talk about that.
I want to ask you something, Emma. When you're tired, how do you feel about yourself?
Honestly, worse about everything.
Right? Like everything feels harder, bigger, scarier.
There's actual science behind that. When you're sleep deprived, your amygdala, that's the part of your brain that handles fear and emotion, becomes hyperactive. It's like your brain's threat detector gets turned up to 11.
So a small mistake in English suddenly feels like a catastrophe.
Exactly. And your prefrontal cortex, the part that's logical, that can handle social situations calmly, it gets weaker when you're tired. It can't balance out the fear anymore.
So you're more anxious and less able to calm yourself down about it.
And when you're in a conversation and you're tired and anxious, your brain goes into survival mode. It's not thinking about conjugating verbs or sentence structure. It's thinking, I'm scared. I'm going to embarrass myself.
Your inner critic gets loud.
So loud. You know that voice? The one that says, everyone's judging you. You're not good enough. Why are you even trying? That voice is connected to sleep deprivation.
Which is wild because the learner often thinks, I need to study more because I'm not good enough, but actually they need to sleep more.
They need rest. They need their brain to recover because right now their brain is exhausted, scared, and trying to do something really hard, speaking a foreign language, while being in a state of mild panic.
That's actually impossible. You can't speak confidently from that state.
You can't. And here's something else. When you're tired, you're also slower at processing. You know that moment where someone asks you a question in English and there's that delay before your brain catches up?
Oh yeah, that's so frustrating.
That delay is partly because your brain is running on fumes. Cognition is slow. Word recall is slower. You hesitate more. And that hesitation makes you feel less fluent, which makes you less confident, which makes you speak less, which means you get less practice.
So sleep deprivation doesn't just affect memory. It affects confidence, processing speed, emotional regulation, and how much you actually practice speaking.
It's like sleep deprivation is sabotaging your English from every angle at once.
But the good news is, if you fix sleep, all of those things start improving.
All of them at the same time. That's why this is so powerful.
Okay, so let's get practical. What are some real things that English learners can do to use sleep to their advantage?
Right. First one, and this is maybe the most important, is consistent sleep schedule.
Like same time every night?
Same time every night and every morning. Your brain loves routine. When you go to bed and wake up at the same time, your brain knows when to prepare for sleep. Your circadian rhythm gets strong. Your sleep becomes deeper.
How much difference does that make?
Huge. I'm talking noticeably more energy, better memory, clearer thinking. And for language learning, it means better retention. If you study on Monday and sleep well Monday night, you'll actually keep that vocabulary. Compare that to studying Monday, staying up late Tuesday, sleeping weird on Wednesday. Your brain never gets stable enough to consolidate anything.
So step one is, boring as it sounds, just be consistent.
Be boring. Your brain will thank you. The second one is strategic sleep timing around learning. Don't study right before bed, but also don't study early morning if you didn't sleep well the night before.
What's the sweet spot?
Study something you want to remember in the afternoon or early evening. Give yourself a few hours where you're doing other things. Maybe you're having dinner, relaxing, maybe some light activity. Then sleep. Your brain will process it overnight.
So there's a window.
There is. And here's the thing. If you study right before bed, your brain goes straight into sleep mode. The information doesn't get properly consolidated. But if you study, then have some time awake, you give your brain a chance to start processing it. And then sleep finishes the job.
That's clever.
Third one, and this is for people who are sleep deprived, is napping. Specifically 20 to 30-minute naps in the afternoon.
Does that actually help?
Yes, not instead of nighttime sleep, but in addition to it if you're running a deficit. A 20-minute nap can boost memory consolidation and mental clarity for hours. It's like a little refresh button.
And the fourth one?
Watch your caffeine. A lot of English learners drink coffee to have energy to study, but if you're drinking coffee after 2 p.m., it's staying in your system. It's making sleep shallow, and if your sleep is shallow, memory consolidation doesn't happen as well.
So you're caffeinating yourself right out of your own progress.
Exactly. And you don't even realize it's happening. You think, I'm so tired, I need coffee. But you're tired because your sleep was bad because of yesterday's coffee.
Cycle.
Yeah. Fifth one, remove screens from your bedroom, or at least stop using them 30 minutes before bed. The blue light tells your brain it's daytime. Your brain doesn't produce melatonin, you stay wired.
Even if you don't feel wired?
Even then, your sleep is affected on a neurological level, and when sleep quality drops, memory consolidation drops. So you're literally scrolling your way out of English fluency.
Okay, that's one I definitely see people doing.
The sixth one is temperature. Your body sleeps better in a cool room. Around 65 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit is ideal. When your room is too warm, your sleep cycles get disrupted. Same problem, shallower sleep, worse memory consolidation.
So it's not just about the hours, it's about the quality.
Everything is quality. You could sleep 8 hours in a hot, bright room with your phone buzzing, and it would be worse than 6 hours in a cool, dark, quiet room.
And the seventh one?
Sleep before important speaking events. This is huge. If you have a presentation in English, or a job interview, or an important conversation, get good sleep the night before. Not the night of, the night before, so your brain is rested, your processing speed is fast, your confidence is up, and your word recall is sharp.
Most people do the opposite. They stay up late practicing.
Which tanks their performance. You're not going to learn anything new in those last few hours. You're just going to show up tired and scared. Go to bed. Let your brain be ready.
Let's talk about what learners are actually doing wrong. What are the biggest mistakes you see?
First one, late night study sessions, like 11 p.m., midnight, staying up to study English because I don't have time during the day.
Is it ever worth it?
Almost never. You're tired, your brain is already trying to shut down, and you're asking it to learn something hard. Your retention is terrible. You're better off going to bed and waking up an hour earlier to study when your brain is fresh.
But people don't think that way.
No, because there's this belief that studying is what matters. But studying is only like 40% of the equation. The other 60% is sleep and recovery. You can't skip the 60% and just do the 40%.
What's mistake number 2?
Caffeine after lunch. English learners often think, I'm tired, I need energy to study, so they drink coffee at 3 p.m., 4 p.m., even 5 p.m. Then they wonder why they can't fall asleep until midnight, and they sleep terribly, and they forget everything they studied.
It's self-sabotage.
It really is. Third mistake, not having a consistent wake time. A lot of learners think, if I'm tired, I'll just sleep in on the weekend. But that throws your whole circadian rhythm off. Your body gets confused. You go to bed Monday night at 11, Tuesday at 2 a.m., Wednesday at 11 again. Your sleep is never stable.
So Monday night sleep is bad because Sunday was chaotic.
Right. Consistency beats sleep-in time, every single time. Fourth one, studying while lying in bed. Your brain associates bed with sleep. If you're working in bed, your brain gets confused. It doesn't know if it's time to work or time to rest. Your sleep suffers.
So bed is sacred, for sleep only.
Or sleep and, intimate time with your partner, but not for studying or working. Fifth mistake, binge studying the night before an exam or test. So you cram until 2 a.m. for a big English test.
Which is so common.
And it's the worst thing you can do, because you show up tired, anxious, with poor processing speed and poor memory access. You do worse on the test than you would have if you'd studied for the same amount of time over the previous week, then slept well the night before.
It's not even close, I'd imagine.
It's not. And the sixth mistake, using alcohol or sleeping pills to force sleep. Some learners think, I'm too stressed to sleep, so I'll have a beer or take a sleeping pill. But alcohol and pills don't create good sleep. They create drugged sleep. Your brain doesn't consolidate memories well, and you wake up groggy.
So it backfires.
Every time. And the seventh, not taking sleep seriously at all. Like, sleep is nice, but it's not as important as studying. That's the belief. And it's backwards.
Sleep is the studying. Sleep is where the learning happens.
Exactly. You study for 1 hour, but then you sleep for 7 hours. In those 7 hours, your brain is doing the heavy lifting. Sleep is not time off from learning. It's when learning gets locked in.
Let me tell you about someone. Let's call her Maria. She's not a real person, but she represents a lot of learners we hear from.
What's Maria's situation?
Maria is a 28-year-old from Spain. She wants to speak English for her job. She's hoping for a promotion that requires English fluency. She's been learning for 3 years, but she's frustrated because she feels like she's stuck.
What's her routine like?
She wakes up at 6:30 a.m. for work, works until 6 p.m., goes to the gym, eats dinner, then from 8 p.m. until 11:30 p.m., sometimes midnight, she's studying English. Vocabulary apps, YouTube videos, grammar exercises.
And how's that going for her?
Not well. She feels like she's not retaining anything. She studies the same vocabulary multiple times and still forgets it. When she speaks, she hesitates. She feels anxious. She's starting to doubt whether she's capable of speaking English.
How much is she sleeping?
About 5.5 hours on weekdays. She gets to bed around midnight, up at 5:30 or 6 a.m. On weekends, she sleeps in 9 or 10 hours to catch up.
Okay, so she's sleep deprived during the week, oversleeping on weekends, no consistency, and studying right when her brain is about to shut down?
And she's caffeinating throughout the day to stay awake.
So Maria's problem isn't that she's not smart enough or not capable. Her problem is that her sleep is terrible, which is destroying her memory consolidation and her confidence.
What would you tell Maria?
I'd say this: stop studying at 11 p.m., go to bed at 10:30, wake up at 6 a.m. consistently, even on weekends, study from 6:30 to 7:15 a.m. before work when your brain is fresh, cut caffeine after 1 p.m., remove your phone from your bedroom, and give it 3 weeks.
3 weeks?
3 weeks of consistent sleep, then assess. I promise you, the memory retention will improve, the speaking confidence will improve, the word recall will be faster. It won't be perfect, but it will be noticeably better.
Because her brain is actually storing information now.
Exactly. And within 3 months of consistent sleep and a smarter study schedule, she could see a real shift in her fluency, not because she's studying more, because she's learning smarter.
And she's not burned out and anxious all the time.
She's actually enjoying learning again.
Okay, let's make this actionable. If someone is listening right now and thinking this resonates with me, I want to fix my sleep, what do they actually do?
Step 1, this week, figure out your ideal sleep and wake times. Most adults need 7 to 9 hours. Pick a wake time that's non-negotiable. Let's say 6:30 a.m. Then count back 8 hours. That's your bedtime, 10:30 p.m.
Every day?
Every day, even weekends, at least within 30 minutes. Yes, it sounds rigid, but rigid now means natural later. After a few weeks, your body will want to sleep at 10:30.
Step 2?
Step 2, cut caffeine after 1 p.m. That's it. No coffee, no tea, no energy drinks after 1 p.m. If you need energy in the afternoon, drink water, take a 20-minute walk, or take that short nap we talked about.
Step 3?
Create a 30-minute wind-down routine before bed. No screens. Maybe you read something light. Journal, do some stretching, meditate, anything that tells your brain we're getting ready to sleep now.
And step 4?
Move your study session. If you've been studying late at night, move it to the morning or early evening. Give your brain time to process before sleep, but not right before sleep.
So morning study is ideal.
Morning study right after you wake up is actually amazing because your brain is fresh and has been consolidating information all night. You'll retain new material better too.
Step 5?
Remove your phone and any bright lights from your bedroom. Keep it cool. Make your bed a sanctuary for sleep.
And step 6?
Give it 2 weeks before you evaluate. You might feel worse the first few days, your body's adjusting, but by day 7 or 8, you'll notice clearer thinking, better mood, and better memory. By 2 weeks, you'll see the difference in your English.
That's really it?
That's really it. These aren't complicated. They're just different from what a lot of learners are doing, and different is what creates results.
So let's wrap this up. We've talked about memory consolidation, anxiety, confidence, caffeine, schedules, a lot of stuff.
But it all comes down to one thing.
What's that?
You can't think your way into English fluency. You can't force it. You can't outstudy it. But you can sleep your way into it. And I know that sounds too simple, but it's true.
Why do you think that resonates so much?
Because learners are exhausted, mentally, physically, emotionally. They're trying so hard, and they don't realize that half of what they're struggling with isn't a language problem, it's a fatigue problem. It's a recovery problem.
And the moment they address that,
Everything shifts. Speaking becomes less scary because their brain is sharp. Memory works because their brain is rested. Confidence shows up because they're not running on fumes.
So if you're listening to this and you feel stuck in English, I want you to know you're probably not stuck because you're not smart. You're probably stuck because you're tired.
And tired is fixable.
Really fixable, in like a week or two.
Yeah, so here's what I want you to do. Pick one thing from today. Just one. Maybe it's going to bed 30 minutes earlier. Maybe it's cutting caffeine after 1 p.m. Maybe it's moving your study to the morning. Pick one thing.
Do that for 2 weeks.
Then notice what changes. Notice your memory. Notice your confidence when you speak. Notice how you feel. And then come back and tell us, because I genuinely believe you're going to be surprised.
This is James.
And I'm Emma. Thank you so much for listening to Engliflow. If this helped you, please share it with another English learner who's struggling, because someone out there really needs to hear that their problem isn't that they're not capable. Their problem is that they need to sleep.
Sleep well and speak well.
See you next time.